Back on April 5th, I made a post on Reddit telling people to give me their spiciest Brawlhalla takes. It's from Reddit, so you know it's either going to be really good or really bad. Today I took some of the best ones from the comments on that post and threw them all into a list. The Gravity Cancel podcast, also known as my good buddies Rox and Sgt Spankcakes, are joining me today because, hey, why the hell not? Make sure to subscribe to their podcast over on their channel linked down below, because it's actually pretty underrated. This will definitely be one of the longer ones, so strap in. Enough stalling, let's hop into the hot takes. Most balanced stuff, bad opinions, pretty much. Most balanced stuff is secluded, besides one that I thought makes for an interesting discussion. And so, I'm also going to read off their names whenever I go through them. Maybe there might be, yeah, we can shame them. And there might, maybe some faces you might recognize, potentially. So, first one, we've got from Angry Welshman, which you might know him potentially.
A little bit, yeah.
Alright, so having a gap between battle passes is healthier for the game. Unlike games like Fortnite where you do the missions in game without realizing it, in Brawlhalla you have to go out of your way to pick legends or weapons to complete some missions. And some missions can take a ton of matches to complete. It's better to have that gap so Brawlhalla doesn't turn into a 100 recovery attack KO simulator.
No, that's just a fact. That is a cold hard fact.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how I feel about it, because, well, a lot of people are upset that, like, the battle passes are split out, and they're like, why aren't they back to back? But it's just healthier. It is straight up
There's
healthier.
been times where, like, other games weren't really doing it for me, and I was focusing on Brawlhalla, where I'd be like, okay, battle pass is over. I want the reveal on the next one right now.
Pretty much,
and then
yeah.
when they reveal it, and it's like, hey, we got like 2 weeks of reveals, and then another week until we release it, and I'm like, come on, just drop it right now.
Pretty much.
But realistically, as someone who plays other games, it's the best battle pass experience I've ever had.
It honestly, I feel
ever.
I don't agree.
Other than which Halo Infinite, the steaming pile of dog shit that it is, they do have it to where if you buy a battle pass, like I bought the first battle pass and I never finished it because unfortunately, you know, terrible game. If I logged in right now, 3-4 years later after it came out, I can continue working on that battle pass.
I don't know. I do like the battle pass system. The reason I like it is because you can kind of focus. Well, the missions take a while to do, but it's really easy to complete, I feel like. In other games with battle passes, I feel like some of the missions are really grindy. But then they have like another battle pass immediately after that, and it's like, oh, now I got to continue doing this, and it's just a whole thing. But
yeah, like Call of Duty, for example, the second a battle pass ends, the new one starts.
Yeah, and I feel like I used to like that system, but I like the downtime. Like we're getting this whole, like we're getting Battle Pass Season 4, but also we're getting this whole new event and whatnot, and it's like, it's a nice fresh breath of air.
I only like the continuous battle passes if I can complete them without going out of my way to complete them. So like if I naturally progress in it, and I feel like Legends of Runeterra did this perfectly, RIP, because that game's almost dead. But all the missions were this or that. So do X amount of this thing, which is very specific, or do 2,500 damage, which takes longer to complete, but you do it naturally. Or you can finish it faster by doing something very specific.
Exactly. It's missions that you can do naturally. That's what I love whenever it comes to Battle Pass missions. But is that a hot take?
No, that's a fact.
It's just a fact.
If Brawlhalla did continuous battle passes, people would just be doing the most absurd things in all game modes.
And it's also not to mention that their missions are kind of grindy, but
right,
that's a different story.
That right there is an r/unpopular opinion post if I've ever seen it. Hey guys, here's a very popular opinion. It's a hot take.
Oh Lord,
get the fuck out of here.
All right, next one we've got from someone named Pum Square. This one says this game should be a character creator. Characters are already all made with 3 basic components.
Oh, me and Spanky about to get
Lord.
here.
This should be made with 3 basic components.
I'm with this guy 100%.
Oh god. This should be made with 3 basic components being stats, signatures, and weapon combination. Feels like the game was made with that intention at some point and then ditched. Now we get to suffer because BMG will never create every possible weapon combination, nor will we ever get the same one twice.
Well, I think that's the perfect way. We had there was a conversation going on in our Discord a few days ago about Charles Oakley brought up the whole like bring new weapons or fill in the old slots.
I was there for that.
That lets those slots be filled, because if you want to take, all right, you know what, I want to make an or bow legend. That doesn't exist, right?
It doesn't.
Or bow.
No,
Okay.
no, it doesn't.
I'm the worst for that. I'll be like, God, I wish I had a fucking spear gauntlet character. Fuck. And Wushang's like my most played character.
Pretty much.
But that fills those slots because if you're like, you know what, I want Kaya's bow and Petra's orb, boom, you get to make your own character.
Yeah,
And
I feel like it has its upsides and downsides. I like the way that it is right now, but I also wouldn't complain if it was also like that.
It
It's
just needs to be a
complicated.
game mode. Just make it a game mode.
Yeah, I mean, we have Switchcraft, but my other problem with it,
it's slightly different though.
Yeah.
my other problem with it is that with how many like animations there are in the game that completely bug out on other legends, I don't know how that would work. Like Patrick Siggs, for example, and how crazy they break out on other characters. And you try to put it in like create a different character, like what would happen with the signatures?
Right.
Like would it just
Yeah.
break out or etc.? Or like would you only be allowed to use normal signatures? Like,
Yeah, and it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense because like imagine you decide to design like old school like gangster type character and you pick bow and then your side signature you jump on a wolf,
yeah,
right? You have Ember's side signature.
yeah. I feel
It
like
wouldn't really aesthetically make sense.
it could work, but I just think for modern Brawlhalla it doesn't work.
My problem with it is that inevitably a character creator would lead to one definitive best character
Yeah, that's also
Or-
true.
or a few best characters and everything else is just not worth playing.
It's already kind of like that right now, but like even then you can win with anything, but there are
Right.
some legends that are just much better.
Unless,
play.
of course, we do like your custom character is locked into a very middle of the road stats setup.
Oh yeah.
Like you're locked into like, you know, an all-arounder type stat. You don't mess with the stats.
Well, here's a hot take. Just get rid of stats. Stats are dumb.
All right, buddy. All right, buddy. Calm
Oh,
down.
that's for a whole different story. So is that a hot
I
take
think we
then?
can agree that it's a cool idea, but doesn't work for Brawlhalla.
Yeah, I would say so. Hot take?
Yeah.
I think it's a hot take, although I agree with it.
Yeah. It has its ups and downs, like I said. Up next, we have someone named Audacious Hat. He said the current state of cosmetic release skins specifically isn't good. I'm gonna shorten this down because it's kind of long. But skins comes out in 3 major ways, which is Battle Pass, event skins, or released in the shop. He'd rather see BMG steer closer to home and develop original non-exclusive content that makes their game unique instead of searching for the next crossover so they can make a quick buck or two. This game was built all around original characters with the occasional crossover, not a crossover fighter like Smash, All-Star Brawl, Multiverses. So I think
Hot take, but I agree.
I think what the basic thing he's saying is he wishes like more skins weren't like tied to exclusive events or like fear of missing out.
Mhm.
Right. And there's money to be made in FOMO, but I love the shop skins that only exist. They're 140 mammoth coins. You can buy them anytime you want.
Oh yeah,
I love those skins.
I love them. I never buy them, but I love them.
There's the problem.
Do you want to hear my like reason why it is a hot take, but I do agree with it? Solely because the amount of ways you can get skins, whether it's, you know, watch a stream or buy the battle pass, or, you know, it's a new seasonal anniversary event or Halloween event, it has completely destroyed the chests. I want more chests.
Yeah, we're
Chest
creating
skins.
our
You
own
will
hot take.
never
Bring
get
the
more
chest
chests.
back.
That was the coolest part of the game to me when I first started playing.
Oh yeah.
The moment Blizzard got sued for loot boxes is the moment chests were no longer a thing.
Yeah, it makes me sad because I understand why it's not a thing, but also I wish it was a thing.
Mhm.
Because it's fucking gambling.
Yeah, it really is. But listen. I
All right,
love.
buddy, let's not use the G word here, okay?
We can't teach teenagers to gamble. That's
Yes,
not
we
okay.
can. Yes, we can. Half
Listen.
of Twitch streams like a year ago was nothing but stake.com ads. Okay?
Oh lord. I don't know. Whenever I was playing like Apex and Overwatch, I never bought loot boxes. But Brawlhalla just hits different. For some reason. I don't know why. But I don't know. I'd be fine with seeing more shop skins like that. But also I love the exclusive skins because they tie into certain themes. But also, like, I don't know, it wouldn't be a problem, or would be a problem if those like event skins were included in the shop full year round, right?
No, I don't think you can I don't think you can include those skins in the shop year round because then it takes away from the appeal of a seasonal event.
And that kind of sucks because we never usually get skins with those types of themes outside of the events. We only get them with the events.
I feel like people who judge Brawlhalla on the fact that, you know, it abuses FOMO, it absolutely fucking does not. And that shows that this is the only game you play, because the only true FOMO is the seasonal podium.
Yeah, that's
you can't ever get it again. Like, yeah, it's FOMO. You can get it in a year when it's, you know, Halloween time. Just like, oh, Walmart removes their Halloween costumes in December. That's fucking. What do you mean I can only buy this shit in October? FOMO. Cancel Walmart. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
All right, so is that a hot take?
I wouldn't call it a hot take because I agree with it and I think it's fact.
Yeah, it's fair.
I think it's a lukewarm.
It's a fair statement to make, I would say. Up next,
it's a statement.
Yeah.
It's one of the statements of all time.
Pretty much. All right, up next we have Krusty the Moist. I'm just gonna immediately say I feel like this one's cold because I feel like everyone thinks this, but Free For All is by far, second to none, the worst game mode in Brawlhalla. It's the worst mode for a new player to learn in and forces terrible habits, and it should not be the mode BMG recommends to players entering the game.
Not a hot take.
I think that is a hot take. That's hot trash, actually. Because the worst game mode is, I love you so much, but every game mode that Errol plays.
So what, like Brawl Ball, Kung Fu, Capture the Flag, Horde?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some of those are good. I like Kung Fu.
If it ain't ranked and it ain't strikeout, it's trash.
So okay, so you're saying a ranked free for all queue would be good?
Dude, ranked free for all. I feel like that would. I feel like a lot of passive play would ensue where you try to kill someone or you try to rack up damage and then someone comes in and steals the kill. That would be so infuriating.
No, I think the better free for all version would be like the bounty mode, the the Assassin's Creed one?
Oh yeah, where you kill someone and you get the bounty.
Yeah.
I think my problem with free for all is just I've never liked timers in games, like where it's a timer and you're like, oh, points are like, oh, get the most points. But it's the problem with that. It's just you only have to focus on getting the kills. You don't have to focus on trying to live or deal damage or anything like that.
So free for all with stocks?
Free for all with stocks, I would like, but also that's still the problem with like playing passive.
You're gonna get teaming going on.
Yeah.
Listen. Hold on. Listen. Imagine you're at BCX, right? And in between the matches,
free for all.
No. And after the like in the middle of like, you know, the stream, like in between like big matches, they have a planned short free for all tournament that has, I don't know, 16 players in it. So it's short matches. It's a good intermission.
Yeah.
And it's played up on the big screen. And there's like a second little prize pool. Like you only qualify, like you're invited if you're like sitting to the losers bracket deep into the tournament. So we're deep into the tournament, taking a short break. And some of the really good players that might have been an upset that they lost are now playing in a short little free-for-all tournament for a small prize pool. That would be hype.
Okay.
If they played a brawl ball match or fucking volley brawl match at BCX, you would never see such a big line at the merch table, bro.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I would.
Nobody watching that shit.
I would love, like, that would be so fun to watch at BCX. But yeah, it's just not something people are interested in, and it's not like balance. I don't know if balance is the right word, but it's not like.
You do a mini tournament where it's like the winner of each free-for-all match now competes in another free-for-all match. So first match, person A wins. Next match, person B wins. C and D. And now all those players are in another free-for-all match.
Oh my god. Yeah, and I feel like I would love watching that because I feel like it'd be chaotic, but it doesn't appeal to most players, I feel like.
No.
Which is unfortunate.
Back to the take. Free-for-all should not be promoted as the mode.
Yeah, it really shouldn't. I wouldn't say it's a hot take. That's kind of
that's not. That's a fact.
It's a fact.
Wait, was that the hot take that it shouldn't be the premier mode?
Yeah, I think. Well, it says it's the worst game mode. It's the worst one for new players to learn and forces terrible habits, and it should not be the mode BMG recommends to players. Which, yeah, it shouldn't be. It really should.
I gotcha.
I don't know what should be the mode. Probably just 1v1s or I don't know.
Yeah, probably just experimental.
The problem is it's just Brawlhalla is a very hard game to get into. Like if you're not good at it, you're gonna have a struggling time at the start.
I feel like experimental's even worse than free for all though.
No,
100%. Like, hey, you want to experience the game for the first time? Here's a couple of things we might add to the game later.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's a whole different story.
So basically, we need a casual 1v1 queue, right? That's what I'm gathering.
My problem with that is then there's too many 1v1 queues, and then the queues are too split up.
Yeah, that's something from a game dev's perspective you have to pay attention to.
But why is free for all the default mode? Is it because it's casual?
I think
it's
because
noob friendly.
It's noob friendly and casual.
Right. So which direction does BMG want to go with their game? Do they want to put off people that are looking for a casual experience in favor of people that will stick around for competitive play? Or do they want people that will play casual modes but never get into competitive play?
Well,
you're making your money on people that play competitive. You're not making your money on people that play casual.
That's so incorrect, bro. You make your money on the casual players, and then you just spend money for the competitive players. The reason that the tournaments have such big prize pools is because the casuals are doing what? Buying skins.
But do you think people that exclusively play free-for-all are buying skins?
Potentially.
Probably. I'm not saying exclusively, but they probably started in free-for-all.
To be fair, they also have added like some crazy stuff that appeals to more casual players, like the like 100 different custom modes you can make, and also the entire existence of Mustafar.
Oh gosh. If someone says that's a good map, that's a hot take right there.
Ooh, all right, we'll get into that later.
Oh god.
All right. I'm saying not a hot take, but has some merit.
Yeah, it stands for a good discussion topic. Oh god, this next one's really short, and I also hate this topic very deeply within my heart. Rafalmio says, level 100 legend rewards where? I just want to point out real quick that this question was answered before the level 100 rewards were actually revealed, so take this one with a grain of salt. That's it.
So what's your opinion on level 100 rewards?
Absolutely not. Under no circumstance. I didn't even think level 50 rewards should be a thing. I am in the minority on that. I think the level 50 rewards are stupid. Because
I wouldn't call them stupid.
I like
it's
the
stupid
reward.
that it takes so long to get them.
I love the title reward, but it's stupid that it's locked behind such a tedious grind, and it encourages one tricking as well. Because I just don't like it.
I would say, I think character level 100, give us a small title. You know, something like the
character level? No, account level.
Oh, account level? Oh, 100%. Where's the rewards? There should be something there other than like being level 100. Same notification when you turn level 3. Where's the fanfare, bro?
You just said character level 100 should give a small reward?
I don't think it should. Under no circumstance it should.
But character level, you have to admit, there's zero fanfare when you hit level 100 on character.
That is true. I feel like you should get something, but it should not be an exclusive reward. It should be like, I don't know, like more coins. I don't know, but just not something exclusive.
If you're level 100, coins are kind of pointless, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I at least I think. But I don't give them like some mammoth coins. Give them something in the mammoth coins would be nice because it's such a long grind, and at that point, if you have a level 100 legend, you've probably already spent money.
I agree with that. I agree with that 100%.
Do like 140, do 300, something like that. But I just think any exclusive rewards is a hell no. So, but everyone asks for that. I don't think that's really a hot take.
Okay, how many players have a level 1? I don't have anyone near level 100.
At least under 0.01% for sure. I am positive. There is like one person with a level 100 VV, and then there's a second guy who's botted. I am convinced
and then there's the other problem, is it encourages bots.
Yes, because there's that one bot account called, what is it, Lock Robster, who just bots all the legend levels. He has 58 out of 62 legends at level 100.
Yeah, I saw somebody comment on one of the posts about that guy that was like, yeah, he absolutely bots those, but he has a main account. He just has a bot account that he does the song. But the fact that that's just like a one-off, like it's so not prevalent that we know a guy by name who does it, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I just, it's just, my problem with it is, my other problem with it is that, like, in Brawlhalla, or in a lot of games, I'm like a collector. So I would like to have as many of the cosmetics as I can. But, like, whenever they lock these certain types of rewards behind these tedious grinds, then I'm missing out on all these things that I could have. Like, I could have, like, 10 titles by now if I actually focused on getting them beforehand. But because I focused on playing every Legend of 25, I don't have any of those.
So I would say the compromise here is make more rewards for leveling up a legend, but make them easier to attain.
Potentially. Yeah, I'd be fine if it was easier to level up your legend. Like, I'd say if there was, like, imagine if there was double XP constantly, like, not literally, but imagine if the
natural
grind...
XP gain was twice.
Yeah, imagine if leveling up a legend took, like, half the time, right? That would be fine. Like, that would actually be, like, probably fine. I wouldn't, like, it's long, but it's not, like, as long. And
right.
Still, like, getting the level 25, that's not near level 50, but it's close. Not, like, super close, not too far, but it's,
Close
like, somewhere in the middle ground. Not a hot take, I feel like.
No, not a hot take.
Because people ask for that all the time.
Kind of a bad take.
Yeah, pretty much. Going back to the Mustafar thing. Killer Miller 13 says Mustafar is the worst map ever, and it sounds like Mustafa, which was my chubby friend in school. Listen, I'm just saying. All right, Rox, you state your opinion on Mustafar first.
Well, if we're being honest and we're being real, I think it should be the new small mammoth when it comes to competitive. Like when we're at tournaments, that needs to be the one that all the pros are picking.
That would be funny
We're
as hell.
only picking Mustafar, you know? No, I'm kidding. It's awful. It's the worst map ever.
No, I think you should replace Small Brawl and Demon Island, of course. Okay, so I admit it does not belong in pro play, but whenever I get that map in experimental or twos, I have the best blast I've ever had. It's so fun.
Really?
I
That's the
love
hot
it.
take. That is the
Yeah,
That is. I'm
take.
giving the hot takes. Like it's because. All right, so I am a competitive player, but I also love goofing off. Like, if I get Fangwound, I'm like, oh yes, I can send him into the roof 20 times in a row. Or
But it's not a fun map to goof off on.
I like, honestly, whenever I'm playing Battle Boots, I'll like use my Battle Boots dare to send him into the lava over and over again. It's so fun.
I've
In a competitive mindset, I admit it is not good at all. It shouldn't be in experimental and it shouldn't be in twos. Probably a free-for-all map. But it's so fun to me.
Bro, have you ever played it on free for all? It is a shit show.
Oh, it probably is.
Also, I feel like comparing Fangwild to Mustafar, that's a hot take. That's insane that you did that.
Well, it's because they have like they give the same feeling to me. Like, oh, in Fangwild, I can send them up into the roof and combo them, and with Mustafar, it's like, oh, I can send them into the lava a bunch and combo them.
And then listen, when you accidentally touch the roof because you jumped a little too high, you don't get launched.
Yeah,
unlike the lava.
It's got its own
brutal
sense of I don't know what the word is, but it's got its own thing to it.
A fun odd map is Own It from Smash Bros. Ness's map. That's a fun gimmicky map.
Are you talking about the one in the town?
With the cars and the drugstore and the awning. That's a fun gimmicky map.
You're telling me you don't play...
Mustafar is not it.
You're telling me you don't play on Great Cave Offensive?
No.
I'm joking. That map is way too big. That's like the equivalent of the new Star Wars map, where it's like it goes across the entire map and it's like
everything's
extremely
a
long.
soft platform. What a shitty map.
That map, yeah, and I like Mustafar better than that map.
Oh yeah, Mustafar is miles better than that map.
So yeah, that's not a hot take. Everyone hates Mustafar. I just included that one because he said what he said about his chubby friend in school. Very
Shout
specifically.
out to his chubby friend in school.
Shout out to Mustafa. We love you. All right, these next, I don't know if I'm gonna go over all of these. We should be quick with these ones because someone put like a good compilation of them, which are all pretty good. Which is DRG Piox, which is one of the other mods on the subreddit. But he said this comment section is pretty cold. Not gonna lie, I was expecting more spicy takes. We'll go quick with them. But first one, Stages with platforms are fun. Brawlhalla is a platform fighter. It's the name of the genre. There's so much room for movement expression that it outweighs the game where people abuse them to float. And those matches are outliers anyways. You can learn how to deal with this limited but frustrating playstyle.
It's a hot take.
Yeah, because
I agree.
my problem with it is I don't like maps with too many platforms. If it's something like Apocalypse or Bikini Bottom, I'm fine with it. Because it does add that decent amount of spice to it. And I like that.
What about Miami?
I despise Miami Dome. It's probably one of my banned maps in ranked. And that's because the platform placement on that map is so horrendous.
So you're saying like Apocalypse, so like an asymmetrical map you prefer platforms on?
It depends. Alright, so Small Fortress of Lions of course I like the small, like, flat maps like Demon Island, the Battle Pass Season 3 map. Those ones are fine. I like Apocalypse, I like the Battle Pass Season 4 map, Bikini Bottom I like a lot. And then, like, some with 2 platforms are fine. Like, Western Air Temple I think is fine because the platform placement's fine. But with Miami Dome... they move, but I don't know. It's just my problem with Miami Domes is the platforms feel too high, and I feel like they get in the way a lot because of their placement.
See, I feel the opposite way. I feel like they don't get in the way as much because they're higher up.
That's fair.
So, like, the problem I have with, let's say Apocalypse, is that if I'm playing Orb and I jump to do a dare, I hit the platform and it bounces off the platform.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from.
Miami Dome doesn't interrupt and change how I play the game. It adds a layer to the game.
Yeah.
But maps that have small, low platforms, like, they just get in the way, especially when they're asymmetrical. But I think it's a hot take.
Yeah,
I feel like most people want to play fucking Smash Final Destination, no items. Like, they just want to play on a platform.
Playing the same maps over and over again, it gets really boring, I feel like. So I do like playing on maps with platforms. I don't love it. I'm fine with it.
Halo?
Halo.
Oh god.
All right, so next one. I guess, yeah, that's a hot take, I would say.
Yeah, I agree.
So the second one from Piox says most of the pro scene is formed by people with the personality of a plank, especially the new wave.
Fact.
I don't even have to finish the sentence, but I kind of agree. I don't really like the current pro scene.
I don't know if the pro scene's ever had a lot of personality, but right now it's fucking dry as day old bread.
Yeah, we're talking about the people specifically, not like the legends they play.
Oh yeah, the people in general.
Both. Yeah, yeah, I agree with both. Yeah. It's just like, well, I don't have a big influence or like interest in pro play, but they don't come off as very interesting. Personality of a plank.
They're not charismatic. They don't draw me in to want to watch them play. So not a hot take, it's again just a fact.
Yeah, I agree. So third one, which is just going more of a casual thing. Doodle avatar should be tied to legend progression instead of being available in Brawlhalla.
I like that.
I love that.
And raise the cost of the flag and cape emotes to balance the income change, which,
Wait, what?
I don't know how I feel about that.
Microeconomics in this?
I do like the dual avatar thing. Like, imagine that's like a level 30 reward. Like, that's
Bro was cooking.
That's cool. Wait, hold on. Go ahead.
Bro was straight up cooking with that one, bro. If someone wants to buy their own flag,
we're saying we should tie that to the exchange rate?
Yes, 100%. If I pay $5 for the U.S. flag, an Australian shouldn't have to pay $10 because the exchange rate's garbage.
Oh my god. I would be a cool change though. Like, either you can buy it early for like.
Didn't they just change something that caused the what was it? It was some sort of conversion of dollars to mammoth coins. And it really screwed over some countries.
Right. Yeah, that was a while ago, but I do remember that. And a lot. I don't know whatever happened with it, but I assume it just stayed the same.
You've got to buy those flags with American freedom dollars. Come on.
But yeah, I like the idea. Is it a hot take?
I like the idea that this guy worked for 2 weeks just to buy a flag avatar on Brawlhalla.
I also like that.
So next one, still from Piox. is SIG reworks and older legends are great and healthy for the game, but they need to happen at a much higher rate. It's way more impactful to the meta instead of a +/- 1 frame on a move. Which I agree.
Yeah, again, I don't know if it's a hot take, but also like if you look at play rates of legends, the older ones are pretty high. It's not that they're worse. There's some that are. Thatch.
Yeah, don't forget about
again, there's some that are.
Yeah, don't forget about Thatch. You can't forget about him. I remember I don't know. There are a lot of like really cool legend SIG reworks that I want to happen. I remember when I was thinking about was like with Baraz's blaster side SIG. Like they should make it so you can like do the first shot and then hold down the button to like stop the second shot from coming out. Something along those lines. I don't know, but I would like to see more SIG reworks like that where they change up stuff.
Forgot that Baraza had blaster signatures.
But
they all look the same.
Kinda, yeah. But I don't know. I'd like to see reworks like that. But I guess not really a hot take. It's just they are healthy for the game.
It needs to happen.
I know a lot of people complain about though, like, oh, like why change SIGs on legends that people don't play? Like it doesn't matter.
Well, no, that's bullshit too. That's a hot take right there.
Yeah,
that's a hot take if I've ever heard one.
I've seen people say that before, and it's like, well, they do it so people are more interested in playing those legends. It's to make them It's to make them feel more welcome in line with the newer legends. Like imagine if they went to like Nash and gave him the 7 treatment and just made his spear signatures like have 6 of them, which they would never do.
Carve his own spearhead. Come on.
I think the takeaway from this video is that r/Brawlhalla hot takes are lukewarm at best. And we need to post a thread that's just like, give us your real hot takes. And we don't need to go for the top comments. We need to sort by controversial and go for those.
Oh, yeah. All
right, what else we got from Piox?
So this is the last one from Piox. I feel like Piox's lineup has been really good. So the last one says default color scheme is often the best choice since it's the original version of the artists, especially in crossovers.
There's that's a hot take.
I love that.
Unless he's talking about Darth Maul, then he's 100% right.
Okay, yeah. So I agree with him on the default color scheme thing. On normal legends, I like using color swaps. On crossovers, I love using the default version. I absolutely agree with him.
That's fair. But just default skin, default color, no way is that the best.
I don't think he meant default skin. I think he just meant default color scheme, since it's the original version of what the skin is.
Oh no, there are some bad default colors.
Yeah,
I see what he's going for, but the second you change the weapon skins, it's game over. It's no longer a good option.
Yeah,
we're also talking about, these artists, they don't necessarily have the right idea of what their skin should look like.
Yeah, and also whenever they're making skins for the game, aren't they also making the skins in terms of color swaps as well?
Right.
Well, clearly not when they made Darth Maul.
Because there's a lot of like bones and stuff that you have to apply to the skin to make color swaps work with them. So they have to
you
literally
have to
go
assume through. What is it? 4? Is it 4 or 5 default colors? Not default colors, but for the color schemes.
There's like 24, I think. 18 maybe? No, it's 18. Yeah. There's like 18
what I'm
different
saying
colors.
is, but like you need that to translate to a palette of 4 or 5 different colors for the color scheme.
Yeah, like for Christmas, it's like green, white, red, maybe some dark green.
So you have to consider that when you're figuring out how this will translate to those colors. So I feel like when a Brawlhalla artist is creating this skin, they're like, okay, this fits in slot 1 as far as colors go. This fits in slot 2 as far as colors go. And this is how this skin will look with these colors. So they're not doing that in a vacuum. They're not saying this is how the character should look, and then it also kind of looks good in these colors. That's a hot take.
Yeah.
That is a fucking hot take.
I mean, I do like using some legends on default colors, but yeah, that's a hot take.
Yeah, crossovers.
Of course.
But nothing else. When do you go choose the default color?
Whenever I'm playing crossovers.
Exactly. There you go. That's
There's also like
take.
sometimes whenever I'm playing, let's take like Patrick and Sandy for example. On Patrick, sometimes I'll choose like pink for him, or on Sandy,
Patrick works really well.
On Sandy, I will use Coat of Lions because it makes her outfit completely white, and so like it looks like her default color. And I'll do that for twos.
And I use Coat of Lions on Ryu because it looks more like a really clean game.
Yeah, and also not to mention, let's say Haunting and Lucky Clover. You know how it makes some characters' hair orange? Sir Roland and Rayman. You get like that default color type of vibe, but it's not exactly default. And I like that.
Yeah. Piox is not batting very well here, but that is a hot take. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a good lineup. Oh god. I read the next one. So Wolf Alexa says Rayman's definitely overhated. And now I know that's a balanced one, kind of, or like, oh, there's like a view on a legend. But I feel like that can go into a different type of discussion, right? Because I feel like Rayman is overhated, but I feel like he's overhated because like he's a crossover legend, right?
Right.
So
for the same reason Ezio receives unnecessary hate.
Yes, Ezio, I'm gonna throw in Ezio there too. Ezio and Rayman are absolutely overhated because they're crossover legends, and they're people think like, oh,
So
it could have
let
been
me know
used
if
on
this is a hot take. I think crossover legends are stupid. Ezio and Rayman should be deleted from the game. Give us some OCs, baby.
I don't know.
Crossover legends need OC skins, I will say. It's fine to include them, and it helps Brawlhalla's player base to a minor degree, but they need an OC legend.
Brother, that sounds silly as hell. Imagine I was like, hey, I've added John Cena to the game. However, if you want to pay me 140 mammoth coins, you can have this ninja chick.
Oh, dude, you make a fucking bunny girl ninja chick over
That was a Hattori. That was a Hattori reference.
No. Make a bunny girl ninja chick over Rayman, and you're fucking selling.
Oh, I'll shut up. I'll buy it 3 times. I'll buy it for my friends.
It's also just like, let's be real, we probably wouldn't even have these crossover legends if it wasn't for Ubisoft.
That's
Because
absolutely correct.
I think
and we'd
BMG's
also have about 300 players playing Brawlhalla.
Oh, probably.
I feel like Rayman was like a, hey, let's add him as a legend because we have access to Rayman. Nobody's using Rayman. We should, add him into the Brawlhalla roster. That's one thing. Like, oh, we have access to him. I feel Ezio was just shoehorned in there.
Kinda, yeah.
Does not belong.
Rayman, I feel like absolutely fits in Brawlhalla because Brawlhalla's vibe is like kind of goofy, and
yeah.
I like that. I really like it. He's like one of my favorite characters, like in terms of just being in the game. But yeah, Ezio is just Ezio did not hit. Everyone's asking for Sword Orb, and next thing you know, everyone dropped it like a week later.
Ezio was the wrong move.
Wrong move, unfortunately. I wonder
so
what
I would
other,
say Ezio's the one that's he's more reasonably hated, but like it's still undeserved.
Yeah.
I do think that is a hot take because if people hate Rayman because of his signatures, you're wild. There are way more broken signatures. Look at Artemis, literally all of Artemis's signatures.
Honestly, Rayman's signatures do go hard though. Spanky died.
Spanky died. Rip Bozo. He back. But I've completely lost my train of thought.
You're talking about signatures. Artemis is better than Rayman.
If you hate Rayman because of signatures, you're silly. You're a silly little boy. There are way more busted signature kits out there. If you hate him because he's Rayman, that's okay. I only hate him because he took the glorious Gauntlet X. If he had the same broken signatures, but he was like blaster guitar, I wouldn't give a shit. I would say, this is a hot take. Why would you hate Rayman?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like in terms of, if we're talking overhated and not terms of balance, then yeah, I would say so. If we're talking about in terms of balance, why not? His sigs are crazy, honestly, and his weapon combo.
Right.
X. Up next, we have Dark Conjurer _oof. Changing this. Changing the seasonal ranked game mode to rotate each month and the title rewards to Season 32 combat player instead of the respective game mode is horrible, and I have no idea how it managed to get into the game.
Good idea, poorly executed.
Yeah, that's fair. I do like the idea because, like, crew battles, I'm not big on crew battles, and then a month later it switches to Street Brawl. I'm all down for Street Brawl.
I feel like people they quit playing too soon.
Yeah.
So like you're never getting the what is it after player? Is it adept?
It's like 10 wins for adept. No, 50. No, gold for adept. Veteran is 10 wins.
I feel like people aren't playing to get those titles. Like they're not playing for 3 months straight.
Yeah.
So you're more prone to come back if it's something that piques your interest.
And it's I don't know why it doesn't. Well, it doesn't appeal because they're like side modes.
But also, what are they going to call it next season? So you got combat player, combat adept.
If I feel like they're gonna stick to a theme, I feel like if they do like imagine they do Brawl Ball, Kung Fu, and Capture the Flag together, they might do like
Baller. Oh,
season 33 baller player.
Yeah.
Hell, all right, BMG. Where's our cut of the money?
Oh, brother.
I don't think it's a hot take.
Yeah,
I think this is a good move for an idea that they put in the game that did not pan out the way they wanted it to.
Yeah, and they can't like seasonal ranked as a whole is a good idea, but it just doesn't appeal to most players, and they can't remove it. But
so yeah, not hot take.
Yeah, there's ways to spice it up though, but it's gonna take a lot of effort. Up next, we have Glad Television. I feel like everyone thinks the same thing about story modes. I sincerely think a story mode would really benefit the game, but it would be cool. It'd be very niche and kind of goofy, like Tekken 6 story mode, which was very silly and fun. You would start the game by playing as a set character in a part and go through the story, fighting henchmen, blah blah blah, until you fight one of the actual legends, and finish the story mode. Finishing the story mode would give you enough coins to unlock any legend you'd want, and a bit of a brick of text. But I think Brawlhalla could benefit from such a thing. Which
I'm gonna give him a little slap on the wrist for thinking this was a hot take.
Yeah, everyone says there should be a story mode. And it would be fine if it was silly and goofy. I'd be fine with that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
like little minions, like the zombies, like how the zombies act and stuff like that. Oh, it's regular bots, but generic characters, and then you have to fight a boss character, and it's a legend from the game.
Get to fight Loki, chosen bot Loki.
I think the real hot take here is my actual opinion is that BMG doesn't have what it takes to make a story mode worthwhile.
I honestly agree. I want a story mode. I think a story mode would be cool, but I don't think. I feel like it'd have to be years.
Right.
It would have
They
to be
told
years
a
in the
really cool
making.
story with the recent battle pass.
No, I'm not saying they can't. I'm not saying they can't tell a good story. I'm saying they can't make a good story mode.
I feel like
there is a single fighting game in the history of ever that has made a story mode worthwhile, and that is Them's Fighting Nerds, because it teaches you how to play the game.
Yeah.
You've never lost credibility so fast. But anyway,
a story mode for a fighting game needs to teach you how to play the game.
I'm just saying, you haven't been like 10 years old and played Smash Brothers Brawl Subspace Emissary.
Subspace Emissary is cool, but it's not a story mode. Like it's not.
Yeah, I guess you're kind of right.
It's a PvE experience.
Yeah.
and what else is a story mode?
That's different. Story mode's different.
I mean, there's a story. There's a story
on this one.
There's a story mode to the Subspace Emissary.
There is,
but I guess
it's not a good story. Like with the lore that Brawlhalla has, you can make a really good story.
Yeah.
But to turn it into a story mode, you have to teach the player how to play the game to keep them invested in actually playing the game after the story mode.
Yeah, and it would be literally years in the making, I think, to make something like that. I remember something else. There was this was on a completely different post, by the way, but I feel like it's probably a hot take. I don't know if it is or not, but someone said if they do make a story mode, it should cost money, which...
Yeah, that's a hot take.
I, like, semi-agree, because I know a lot of people... I don't know how many people would buy it, but also, like, if it's free, like, who knows how many people are going to play it.
Here's what you do. You just abandon the tutorial modes, embed the tutorial into a story mode, so you're teaching people how to play Brawlhalla.
So...
And because people are going to hop into the game and they're going to say, oh, single player mode, don't have to worry about losing. After it, now I know how to play the game. Now I can go fight people and learn.
Yo, that's how... All right, back to the free-for-all thing. That's how we do it. That would be the mode we introduce to people, is the PvE mode. So then they learn how to play the game.
story mode.
Exactly. Yeah, not really a hot take. Everyone thinks there should be a story mode.
I don't think there should be.
Yeah.
It'd
be cool.
Multiverse theory. There's a multiverse out there where anything you can imagine is happening. We aren't living in the verse that has Serendipitous being hired by BMG and making the story mode of the game.
True. We need that to happen.
All right, what do we got next?
Up next, we have one from Rapid Best Juju Reforge.
Oh, Jesus. Spear needs nerfed.
Oh, Lord. I will say this right now. There's nothing about Spear. He says Strikeout should be the main game mode instead of the normal one.
What the fuck?
Yeah, brother.
The pros and cons are a little long. He says Pros, it increases skill cap and add more variety, help with balance.
Yes, sir.
Cons, it says new players might struggle with learning more legends at once. And he said he can't think of anything else. But make strikeout the main game mode. Keep both the normal and the ranked strikeout. Some tournaments can be strikeout, but most of the important ones will be normal. Remove ranked strikeout. What? Wait. I just read that and my brain exploded.
Contradictory there.
Yeah,
everything should be strikeout. Ranked 1v1, that's strikeout. Ranked 2v2, strikeout.
Strikeout would be cool
strikeout.
as like its own mode, but also I don't know how many people are also playing strikeout right now.
Not many.
Yeah, like if
That's
I can guarantee you, if they introduce strikeout as a seasonal queue mode, it would have just as many players as any of the other ones would.
Right.
No, you're wild.
Very small handful.
Very, very small handful. Like people ask
As
for
a
crew
strikeout
battles.
connoisseur, come on now.
Like strikeout's cool, but it just doesn't have enough fans. And it's like people ask for like 3v3 crew battles to stay as a permanent mode, but the truth is just there's not enough players to warrant it. And also, you know, the whole thing, too many modes, not enough players.
Right.
Yeah.
The queues will become too long, etc. Stuff like that. But I mean, it'd be cool, I guess. But
It's a hot take. Yeah, for sure.
Up next, we have Jioku. Weapon starving is a way of showing you're so bad at the game that you hit advantage over your opponent to win.
Hot take.
That's a hot take. That's a hot take. That's a brain dead take, if anything.
Honestly,
Yeah.
weapon starving is literally a part of the game, I feel like.
Yep. It's a mechanic.
It is a mechanic. And literally every player I fight does that, and so do I. I literally did it in plat days.
That's like saying getting KOs with signatures. That's bad at the game.
That's also like saying, like, oh, sig spamming is, like, if you do sig spamming, you're bad at the game. But it's also like, you're bad at the game for losing to it.
Hot take.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of players agree that weapon starving is just a part of the game, and I feel like the people who are against it just don't know how to counter it, or don't know how to like play without a weapon, which is kind of its own thing. Up next, we have Embarrassed Ad. He said you shouldn't be able to pick up 2 of the same weapon in a row.
Well, there's just not understanding the mechanics of the game.
So, what are the mechanics of it? The mechanics
That is a
are
hot take.
whatever weapon you pick
Mechanics
up,
are-
the next one's going to be the opposite one, right?
Right. That's how it should be.
And that's fine. Like, you pick up spear, throw it off the edge, pick up axe, or like you...
Yeah, now you can juggle axe.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I think it is
This is
fine,
how
but
the game
also
works.
imagine we live in a world where the game isn't built like that, where you're forced to use the other weapon,
No.
like no matter what. Like that'd be such a weird world of Brawlhalla to be living in.
It removes strategy from the game. Like not only is it like, okay, I'm playing. Let me do a real world example. Let's say I'm playing Bryn and I'm popping off with axe. I don't really feel like playing spear. I get a KO, I run over, I juggle my axe, throw the spear off. So now I'm gonna have axe lined up, but also it takes away the game sense that people will have, like, okay, I'm close to losing a stock.
I need to pick up another weapon.
I need to swap the weapon, so when I spawn in, I'm going to have my stronger weapon or what I prefer.
Yeah.
It takes away game sense. It just dumbs down the game.
This is a much bigger topic than I anticipated.
So yeah, we finally got a hot take, boys.
That's a hot take.
I didn't think that was going to be as big of a hitter, but apparently it is. I didn't have many opinions. Like, I didn't think it was that deep.
It is.
Because I was thinking, like, I feel like the game would play, like, slightly different, but yeah, you kind of are
No,
right.
it
There is,
played-
like, that element of strategy to it. I do agree.
If you always picked up the weapon opposite of what you have, you're forcing people to play a game a certain way.
It would be a strange, like, I don't know how different Brawl would be if it was like that. Like, probably not too much different, but it would definitely shake things up. Hot take? Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Last one we have from, I'm just going to call him Ken. Ken here said, the last 11 legends, aka all legends since Magyar, look 10 times better with base skin than with any purchasable ones. Not because they're bad, but because the devs really outdid themselves with the base legend designs. I used to always buy skins or legend skins day one, but then I just stopped because the base skins always look better. And I agree.
Let me pull up Brawlhalla here.
I think I agree as well.
Because
I agree with 100%.
I agree that, like, the skins...
Oh, okay.
I agree, like, the skins in the shop are good, but the default designs have been some of the most top-tier designs.
So, since Magyar?
Since Magyar. So that means Magyar, Reno,
Moonin,
Moonin, Arcadia, who else? Ezio, Tezca, Thea, Raptor, Loki, 7V.
Man, I mean, he's kind of cooking.
Dude, Thea's design is peak. 100%. And
I think the only ones I disagree with, I like some of Arcadia's skins better than default.
yeah, that's fair.
I like Seven's firefighter skin.
Ezio just has no uniqueness in his
Ezio's
skins.
horrible.
He has 3 crossovers.
You know, I'm leaning towards fact on this one.
Yeah.
Bro, if you lock into 7 and just do anything where she's got like a dark overcoat, it's goated, bro. The other skins just can't fucking compare at all.
I like...
They can't.
Yeah, actually, there aren't like a lot of 7 skins that really stick out to me, but her design is good. But also, who else? Red Raptor especially. I don't like any of his, or his skins aren't bad, but I like his default one because like that part of his helmet is like ripped off and you can like see like a part of his face. That is amazing design. Like whoever made that is amazing.
If Fallen Raptor wasn't a clear Evangelion reference, which I just got an Evangelion tattoo, I would 100% agree with Red Raptor. But
No, but you've also got the Power Ranger.
That's what I was gonna say, bro. You also have the Power Ranger skin, which is so goated. Loki's all hot trash. They're too samey. And
No.
Fink's researcher Loki, that looks like somehow like almost every who's the vampire guy that nobody fucking plays?
Volkov.
Volkov. Dude. It looks like a Volkov skin, bro. All those skins, hot trash.
You have
Thea, all those are way too. I'm about to pop off for a second. Thea's, all of hers are way too samey, except Medusa, which is kind of goated, but her OG skin's better. Vivi, they're all way too samey, trash. And the one that's different, there's a Sentinel skin just like it, with like the 3 eyes, like
yeah. But that's thematic. That you got the Sentinel one, and then you also have
Sentinel Isaiah.
I have been completely jaw wide open for the last full minute. I can't believe the slander you just gave to one of the best skins in the game. Thinks researcher Loki. Are you fucking kidding me, Rox?
That's the worst skin in the game.
It's so good.
God.
I can't believe this. I'm leaving the team. I can't do this.
Bro, I think
okay, that's a topic. That's a topic.
I think we can mostly agree that the skins have not been great.
I agree with Vivi. I do agree with Vivi that all of hers do feel a bit samey. The default designs are pretty good. They are really good.
And
I will say the default designs have upped, and I feel like the pay-to-play skins, the paid skins, have decreased a little bit to where they're too even. They're way too even.
All right, but what about the event skins?
It's not a hot take. Ken is right.
Yeah. What about like the event skins though? I feel like those are a peak a bit higher than just the shop skins themselves, because like
yeah,
absolutely, and battle pass to a certain extent.
So I think Ken's right. They've kind of dropped the ball on pay-to-play skins
a little, but I mean they're still good enough to warrant me buying them. So yeah, they're still good. There still are some really good bangers. I mean, I'm trying to.
I didn't buy any. Dude. I did not buy a single Loki skin.
Okay, come on. The shell skin, a part of the spring event. Come on,
dude.
Come on. Come on.
That's not a release skin. The 3 release skins.
Yeah.
That, for a legend, have not been as good as the default. I will agree with that.
That's fair.
Can I give solid proof that this is a good take, not a hot take? A true
Go
take.
for it.
Me and Spanky used to pride ourselves in we have a skin for every legend, and that shit stopped for me at Ezio. Hezka, I bought Shell because I'm a simp. I love women. Thea didn't buy a skin. Red Raptor bought a skin months after it came out just because I started watching Evangelion. Loki not bought a skin. 7 no skin. Vivi no skin.
Damn.
But every other legend I have a skin for. Even Magyar I have 2 skins for. My Magyar's like level 2, bro.
No, that is a good take.
Yeah, I'd say so. But either way, that is the last take. I have 0 outro plan. But of course, if you enjoyed the content, feel free to subscribe. It's free, and you can always unsubscribe at any time. And also, subscribe to Rox and Spanky on the Gravity Cancel podcast, of course.
Check out our podcast.
Exactly. Thank you.
Just celebrated 3 years.
3 years, yep.
Indubitably.
And we still don't know how to not talk over each other.
Of course, thank you both for joining me on this crossover.
Yes, thanks for having us.
Bless you. Bless you.
And until next time, always remember to keep on brawling.